All right, I can't believe I'm doing it, but I am going to sell this Bally Flip Flop pinball machine that's been in Pinball Paradise for about the last year. It's actually one of my favorite games to play in here just because it's so challenging. I love challenging games, personally. So I'm going to miss it, but I need more games for this current auction, and I promised that there'd be a bunch of pinballs, so I'm going to pick a couple games out of Pinball Paradise here and just throw them in the auction. This is the first one. It's an early 70s Bally. It's been completely shopped and reconditioned about a year ago, right before I put it in here. So it does have a little bit of wear from the last year, but not a whole lot. Games don't get a whole lot of play in here. It still plays perfectly. I did LED it, as you can see from the glow here. I put red LEDs under the red plastics, and then I used warm white in other places to match the kind of the age of it, and warm white up here in the back glass. But I did use cool white, where whichever player is playing, it lights up with cool light, which I think gives it kind of a neat look. Cabinet is in excellent condition. All original, hasn't been touched up or repainted. Back glass is perfect. I don't know of a single flaw on it anywhere. Maybe if we stare long enough, we'll find one, but I don't see one. It's just perfect. Playfield does have some wear on it, as you can see, like right here, it's worn. Not a lot though, other than that. Upper part of the playfield doesn't look worn. Plastics appear to be all perfect. Flippers work great. Everything works great on it. This is one of two games that Bally made that had these flags on it, which is kind of a neat feature. As you hit targets, like when you hit these targets here, or when you hit these little tiny rollovers, it flips the corresponding flag. And the goal is to get all four flags on one ball. Let me see. Once you get all four flags, then you can reset the flags with these mushroom bumpers here. And that's how you get your points, is the bonus. Every flag you flip over, you get bonus increase here in the middle, the horseshoes. And that's the main way to generate points on the game. It's a real challenging game for many reasons, but one is it can actually drain from both the in lane and the out lane, you see? If you're not careful, it'll drain here and it'll drain here, same on this side. But the neat thing about this is you can also save it on both the in lane and the out lane if you learn how to shake the machine right. And I think that adds a whole new dimension to pinball when you learn to shake it just right. I mean, obviously we're not like beating the machine up or trying to destroy it. We're just giving it like when it drains down this side, you give it a little bit of a shake this direction to shorten this gap, and it'll bounce the ball over and save it. And when it comes down the out lane, you give it just a little bit of a bump this way, which projects the ball up onto the return. So that makes it tricky. Also, the fact that you can't catch the ball on the flipper very easily, because if you do, it rolls up here and drains on both sides. So that will keep you challenged for a long time on this game. You've got to really just be ready to flip every ball. You can't just, a lot of games you can kind of be lazy and catch it every time you can and then pause and take a break and figure out where you want to aim. With this one, you got to just go on the fly all the time. But enough babbling, let's play it. It's set for a quarter of play. And it's 5 balls. Most games in here are 3 balls, but this thing is so hard, I put it on 5. I'm not going to do very well with one hand, I can tell you. Now if I had both hands on there, I've gotten pretty good at saving it, but not with one hand, I can't. So there you see a flag flipped. And then it flips them back at the end of each ball. Let's see if we can watch them flip over if we hit them. Yeah, there we flipped one. Flipped another one. There, I saved it by bumping it. Did you see that? It feels really good when you do that too. It makes you feel like you're a pinball wizard, which everyone wants to feel. Okay. Now see, it won't reset the targets when I hit the reset, but I only have 2 of them flipped. So it'll only reset them if you've got all 4 of them. Now we're on ball 5. You get double bonus on balls 3 and 5, which is nice. Well, it's really a fun game. But there you go. Fully working, great game for your collection or for a barcade or for your arcade or wherever you want to put it. It's hard to find really good, reliable EM pins, and this is one. So there you go.